Welcome back to another episode of Comedy's Dead. I'm Saundra, I'm your host, and we're going to get into this. And I should probably address the fact that I'm high right now because you can probably tell. And yeah, I am. And you know what? If you only knew how depressing it is to have to look at yourself on a screen and then have to take it into the next room and edit it for hours and look at yourself. Holy shit. Oh my God. It makes me want to kill myself. So fuck off. I'm high right now because you know what? After I get done doing this and trying to figure out how to edit it, I got to get up. Or actually, I'll probably still be up. I have to take my kid to school at 7:30 in the morning and it's still dark out. Do you know what it's like having to drive your kid to school when it's still dark out? It's like driving through a school zone on Ambien. Is that a kid or a speed bump? I don't know. I just know it's too high for this shit. But anyways, that's not what I'm here for. I am a comic anyways. But I wanted to talk about the spending bill. You know, that $1.75 trillion thing that everybody is talking about? Well, actually, nobody's talking about it except for Marjorie Taylor Greene, that white gorilla. Oh, come on, she's scary. You can see it in her face. I mean, a serial killer could walk into the room and be like, not her. Anyways, but she's not there for legislation. She's just there to run defense, right? Against anything the squad or AOC like throws out there. I'm assuming, I don't know. I'm no poli-sci major or anything. But, and is it Joe Manchin? Joe Manchin? Anyways, you know what? His name doesn't matter. He's a Democratic senator from West Virginia where all the coal mines are. So he's making a big deal about it. So since they've been huffing and puffing the past 2 weeks, I looked into the bill. And honestly, there is a lot of wasteful spending going on in Washington. I think we all know that. But anyways, some of this stuff is ridiculous. It's a little over the top. It's almost, it doesn't even seem it almost seems like they're not trying to get this passed. But anyways, there's honestly a lot of wasteful spending going on. I mean, listen, and not my money. They're not spending my money. Don't let this piano fool you, okay? It is not my piano. It is not my house. I mean, I am a bottom dweller. I started at the bottom, and I'm still here. But I'm still curious, and I looked at the spending bill, and honestly, guys, they want to spend $10 billion on this new thing called Climate Corps, which is basically like the Peace Corps, only with solar panels, I think. Anyways, but what they want to do is over 5 years, they're going to employ 1.5 million people, and these people are going to go work on coastal restoration, repair national parks, the trails, so it's easier to hide a body or find a body after, someone kills their girlfriend. Install rooftop solar panels, and help with climate disaster recovery. And then in addition to that, they're going to make this separate little subgroup called the Clean Energy Educators. And I guess they're saying that some of them could design posters to encourage climate-friendly behavior, kind of like they already do on Facebook, which is strange, but whatever. And then they can also help the elderly in the community and help with early childhood education, build community structures to bring communities together, and in the process, talk about limiting carbon emissions. I mean, that sounds like a sit-in if you ask me. But anyways, $10 billion. Listen, I believe in climate change. I think it's man-made. And I think we need to do something about it. But listen, I just don't think giving $10 billion to a bunch of non-binary climate warriors with tribal tattoos and nipple piercings is going to sway the good old folks over in West Virginia. But whatever. Listen, I'm a mom, okay? And last week, 2 kids brought loaded guns to a middle school that is less than 15 minutes away from my house. Okay, I'm sorry. I would rather see that $10 billion going to put metal detectors in at all the schools. Because after I watched the newscast on it and the anchor got done explaining the incident and what had happened, she goes, and unfortunately, 2 young boys had to be arrested and taken to jail. I wanted to smack the bitch, okay? Whoa, wait, unfortunately? No, I'm sorry. The correct response should have been, fortunately, nobody was shot. I mean, that is the only fortunate thing out of this. I mean, first off, if you bring 2 guns to school, you need to go to jail and you should be punished and it should be harsh, okay? That should be in the back of your mind until you're at least like 25 or 26, how miserable that time was after you brought those guns to school. But whatever. I mean, it's like we're not living in America anymore. It's not. Like, okay, so the CDC doesn't use the word woman anymore or women anymore. They don't. They just put out like a release sometime last week letting pregnant women know the importance of getting the COVID-19 vaccine. And instead of saying pregnant women, they said birthing persons. What, birthing persons? And their response was because pregnant and women is too trans exclusionary. I mean, the word pregnant and women is now too trans exclusionary. I mean, I want to know what trans bitch is sitting at home reading the CDC guidelines and thinking to themselves, oh, that is just, I feel so left out and so offended. I don't feel like a woman anymore. You know what? Screw you, bitch. Listen, if my daughter and I are going to be reduced to birthing persons, then all trans people need to be referred to as non-birthing persons. Sorry if you don't like it, put your big girl panties on and meet the rest of the women at the end of the line, back at the start, where we all started. That's where we're at. Oh, and the hypocrisy doesn't end there, folks. It doesn't. Last week was a busy week. Last week, a mother in Florida, and I can talk about this because this is where I'm from. I grew up in South Florida, Broward County. Anyway, so last week, a mother was banned from helping out at her child's school anymore because she had a fans only page. I mean, she had been volunteering for like 2 years or some shit like that. And they banned her. And also last week in that same county, in Broward County, where I'm from, a elementary school took their students, they're like 3rd graders, on a field trip to a gay bar. The hypocrisy of it all. Like, you can take kids to a gay bar and teach them about, you know, being an ally or a gay consumer ally, I guess. But a mom wants to be an ally in her daughter's education, and she's a domestic terrorist. Like, get out of here, bitch. I mean, nobody cares about women anymore. They just don't. They're like, screw you, go back to your subdivision and bake some ginger person cookies or whatever. I don't know. But that's just how I feel. They don't care anymore. So anyways, also in this bill, they want to require that in order to teach preschool, you have to have a bachelor's degree. So to work at like, you know, the ABC 123 down the street or the Goddard School or the, you know, those like the daycares that people take their kids to. Anyways, they want to require a 4-year college degree to teach preschool. I mean, you don't need a degree to teach preschool. All you do is teach the kids how to count and tie their shoes and their ABCs. That's it, folks. And I mean, why? Is it going to make the education any better? No. I mean, all it's going to do is give more money to colleges and make more people take out a bunch of loans that they're never going to pay back. Why? So you can radicalize the preschool teachers and send them into the preschool so they can lecture our kids about gender pronouns? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, nobody should have to take out. That's one of the biggest problems in this country is people having to go to college to do stuff you don't need a degree for. So why are you going to make it even worse for preschool? Like, you just want to find these people and like ask them why. I just want to hear the bullshit that is going to come out of their mouth when they try to explain why it is important for America that preschool teachers take out student loans and go to college to watch 2, 3, and 4-year-olds. But whatever. I mean, listen, I'm going to be paying student loans off till the day I die. I mean, I drive for Uber on the weekends, and I love how everyone says how great it must be to get $100 every time someone pukes in your car. I'm like, yeah, it's like hitting the freaking Powerball. Just 400 more throw-ups and my loans will be paid off. I don't know about you guys, but when I clean a stranger's projectile vomit up out of my car, I like to do it in the privacy of my garage, with the door closed and the car running. And I find the exhaust fumes really help pass the time. But these people, I mean, they're right now arguing in Congress. I mean, they're getting paid to do this. This is their job. They're like texting each other different copies of the bill. And I don't even think they're doing that. I think this is all just smoke and mirrors, actually, at this point. But they want to spend $25 million on an endangered butterfly. Just one endangered butterfly, $25 million. Are you kidding me? A butterfly is a piece of art that goes on some teenage girl's ankle when she's on spring break right before she gets roofied. Listen, I can talk about that because I'm from the good old days. You know, back when a drunken fist bump meant you wanted to be dead horse all night long on a cold fraternity floor. I mean, hell, now you need contracts and signatures. You got to get witnesses. I mean, by the time you finish doing that, you've sobered up and realized you don't even want to fuck this guy anymore. See, progress. It's all about progress. But $25 million for a butterfly, please, that is ridiculous. Then they wanted she's some fucking senator from Nevada. And I used to live in Vegas. I love Vegas. But they want to spend $25 million on desert fish. An endangered desert fish. It's the little like fish when it rains, they come out and they're like tadpoles and they're out like in the sand, like out in Death Valley where no one ever goes in the first place. Anyways, they're sea monkeys. I see them all the time at Burning Man. They start out, there's like little teeny tiny tadpoles, and then they grow and grow and grow, and then the water goes away, and then you got this big fat, stupid catfish, fat slob of a catfish just laying in the middle of the desert because it's stupid and it's in the desert, okay? And then it dies and some vulture eats it and it's the circle of life. But no, and now in Nevada, they want to spend $25 million to save this stupid sea monkey. It is a sea monkey. You can buy them at any like science laboratory kid thing or museum. I get it for my daughter like every year for Christmas, and we'd grow them in like jars. And then when they got about like a half-inch long, we would like let the cats play with them, and the cats would eat them. Cats love them. But anyways, sea monkeys. Fuck the sea monkeys. Save a black dude. Seriously, I know I am not the only one that watches the Jake from State Farm commercial and thinks life insurance for black males must be through the roof at this point. I mean, come on, every time you turn on the news, even cops, ever since I was a child, I've been watching black dudes just run away from the cops on TV. Seriously. And listen, I know white people do it too. We all do it. I've done it. You've done it. It's just when black guys do it, it's like watching a work of art. It really is. Oh my God, they're so fast. They really are. And then there'll be a fence in their way, and I don't know they'll be run. They won't even slow down. And they'll be like 10 feet from the fence, and they do this like Matrix shit where they like hop, skip, and jump like I'm Jordan, and they just scale over the fence and get away. It's just one fluid motion. Do you know how much skill it takes to like nail that type of like depth perception, like the calculations, and they don't even skip a beat. They just, I'm Jordan. Anyways, I'm saying math really is racist, okay? Come on, have you ever seen white people run from the police? It's just sad. Usually they're just some fat slob who's drunk and beat their wife. And if they are lucky enough to pull their jeans up over their fat ass and stumble away, they just get to the fence and they just stop. They just stand there like, oh, I'm caught. It's like, what have you been doing? Like, you knew the fence was coming for the past, 200 meters, and now you just stop? Listen, and I'm not saying it's due to, the inability of a white guy's thought process to, calculate, how much. Anyways, I don't know. I'm just saying math is racist. That's all I know. So, fuck the butterflies, save a black dude, or better yet, save the butterflies and fuck a black dude. We could really use the cheekbones in this country. Seriously. Okay, have you seen Portland? Oh my God. Google Portland and mugshot. All right. It is the most scariest thing. These creatures look like their mom banged Elmer Fudd in the back of a car at a Juggalo concert. Seriously, guys, we cannot let Portland win. Listen, I am lucky enough to be invited to a lot of urban mics or comic nights where it's pretty much all black people and they bring one stupid white person in and they basically just murder them. Anyways, it's like a sacrifice. I don't know. I get invited to those all the time, okay? So, but anyways, while I'm there, I get hit on by a lot of like really hot black guys. I mean, like not just any hot, I mean like they're hot and like I would totally be down to fuck, but they're just too ghetto. I mean, they're ghetto as fuck. Like seriously. I mean, they'll be like, hey cuz, you want these nuts, cuz? It's like, cuz? No. Like I stopped making out with my cousin when I was like 5 when my mom kept taking pictures of it. What, like, oh, what? So white people are the only people that have incest? No. Seriously, we appropriated that shit, you know. You guys did it in Egypt first, and then we appropriated that, and, you know, whatever. I know you guys probably think I'm some, like, horrible right-wing, red pill, like, Karen bitch or something, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm just a mom doing open mic comedy still, basically. I mean, so clearly I don't have this whole life thing figured out. You know, I just know if you seriously think the earth is flat, you definitely receive disability benefits from the state. Listen, and I'm not saying take away these people's only source of income, just their internet access. No, sorry, village idiots don't get to use the internet. They just don't. Because then they go and they meet other village idiots and they have a bunch of village idiot little kids that I have to sit next to on a bus on my way to Chicago. Listen, I don't know why broke dick is always the best dick, but it is. Anyways, but no, guys, I mean, I honestly, like, I'm just a mom, and I can honestly tell you, since I started having to, like, do this stuff on my iPhone and then edit it, I have never been more miserable in my life. It is the most depressing thing ever. My eyes look like they have baby foreskin penises on them. My nose is crooked as fuck. My lips are crooked. I'm all wrong. I'm an optical illusion at best. And it's depressing. So I had to get high to do this. I mean, most days, like, I sometimes I just have to remind myself that, I mean, it could have been worse. I mean, I could have been born one of those Siamese twins. You know, those people that have, like, another head growing out of their neck. I mean, I don't even know how those people get out of bed in the morning. I mean, honestly. I mean, what? I mean, you think sharing a bathroom is bad? I mean, imagine sharing a pussy. I mean, is one always waking up in the middle of the night and waking the other one up to go pee? I mean, how do these people masturbate? Like, if one person gets horny, does the other one person get horny at the same time? I mean, are they getting off at the same time? I mean, can you sexually assault yourself? I mean, what if one of them is trans and the other one is cisgendered? I mean, what bathroom do they use? I mean, this is the stuff that anything to keep me from having to, like, edit myself on camera. Oh God, it's rough. I mean, I don't know how many times I just find myself sitting around the bathtub looking around for a razor. Only I haven't had a dick to suck in like 2 years, and I only need to shave when I need to find my clitoris. So, whatever. I mean, God, getting older sucks. It really does. I mean, besides the fact that you just don't care about anything anymore, and you're in this position where, and especially me, I mean, I look at all these young people, especially my kid, because my daughter has an iPhone, so the algorithms are just the devil. I mean, they truly are one of the worst things in the world. And so she likes animals, so she'll see an animal video. So it wasn't very long before PETA, wiggled its way up there. And now my kid is just a vegetarian. She's dying. I mean, she's just thin and bones. And I used to be a vegetarian. And that's what happened to me. And I got very sick. And it wasn't I'm just saying, she won't listen to me because these poor kids have been, like, programmed since birth to hate their parents and to view us as some, like, animal hating Nazis, whatever. So she won't believe anything that I have to say. And I was like, I used to be a vegetarian. All right. I know exactly. I mean, I have to like force feed her eggs. All right. So I'm not very happy with our government, our leaders. Nobody actually, but that is for a different podcast because I haven't thought about the punchlines or which way I want to go with it. And I think it's the concept first. I really don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyways, so I'm Saundra. I'm a comic, and you have to do topical stuff when you put it online from what I hear. So that's what I'm trying to do. And like, follow, subscribe. I need followers on Twitter. Please follow me on Twitter because I have some really great stuff on Twitter. I just don't have any followers. So it's kind of like you're just tweeting into the abyss. And that too is depressing. Not as much as having to look at yourself on camera, but follow me on Twitter. You can, if you're watching this, you can find my links somewhere. I mean, my name's kind of hard to spell. It's Saundra_Edgell at Twitter. And no, my stuff isn't all the same across the social media platforms because I didn't get Twitter till later. I mean, I was in college when Facebook came out. So like when I tried to get on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff, it wouldn't let me use my name. So I had to do different stuff to it. And I've yet to meet another Saundra Edgell. So like, follow, subscribe, and thank you for watching and share. I don't care. If you hate me, share it and call me a bitch or just whatever. I don't know. Thanks. Peace out.